الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين، لا سيما على ثامن أئمة أهل البيت الإمام أبي الحسن علي بن موسى الرضا صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. At the beginning, my dear brothers and sisters, I would like to congratulate you on the birthday of the 8th Imam, peace be upon him, Al-Imam Al Reda, salamullahi alayh. And may Allah, inshallah, give us the opportunity of visiting that great Imam, inshallah, and having the intercession of the Imam Al Reda, inshallah. Imam Al Reda his birthday was on the 11th of the month of Dhul Qa'dah, the year 148 of Hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alih. He was born in the city of Medina in the time of Imam Al-Kazim alayhi salam, his father. Al-Imam Al Reda, also his death was in Khurasan on the year of 203, which is, his age was 55 years old. He lived just 55 years in this life. 20 years of his age he was a leader, and he was the Imam of the Shia of Ahl al-Bayt alayhum salam after the pass away of his father, peace be upon him. In the life of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam, there is many important points. Inshallah, I would like to make it very short, and in this moment, inshallah, we will learn few things of the life of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. One thing we know, his mother, probably her name was Najma, and also it's narrated he had a name of Khayzaran. Also he had different name of Tektum. Also they call her Tektum, and also they called her At-Tahira. Probably many people, they don't know why these lady, they have different names. And you know, in the Arabic and Islamic culture, these ladies, because they were non-Muslim before, the mother of Al-Imam Al Reda alayhi salam, they narrated she was from the Morocco, from the city of Nouba. Some scholars, they said, no, she was from south of France, from Marseille. So at that time, you know, between 100 to 140, the south of France was in the hand of Muslims. So Muslims from Spain, they moved, they passed to the south of France, and they captured these cities. One of these big cities, the Marsilia, which is now, it's a very famous city. Some of the scholars, they narrated the mother of Al-Imam Al Reda alayhi salam, she was blonde, and also they called her Al-Shaqra Al-Nawbiyah. Some of them, they said they called her the Khayzaran from Marseille, which is probably, so it could be from the south of France. at that time, they bring her to the Middle East, to the Medina, and then Imam Al-Sadiq alayhi salam and his wife, they brought that lady and they make her free and they give it to their son, Imam Al-Kazim, and Imam Al-Kazim alayhi salam got married with her, and Allah give him two, one of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam and his sister, Lady Ma'suma, which is Ma'suma Qum, Fatima al-Ma'suma. She's buried in Qum. Also, she's the sister of Imam Al Reda from the same mother. This is one of the topics in our culture, also in our faith. Which is better, to get married from the immediate family or getting married with someone little bit far, not from your family, probably from different family, from different tribes or different nation? Still, Islamically, there is two ways. There is also hadith, it's speaking about having lady or getting married from different nation, different family. It is good, it's not bad. And also, if you have in your family someone very religious, very good lady, also, it is also recommended. So there is no difference between far or close. Just the hadith mentioned that if you get married with someone religious, should be someone believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and being good person. That's the special character it's required in the traditions. So we know that even Imam Al-Kazim, he's the son of Hamida al-Barbariya. Hamida al-Barbariya also, they said she was from the north, the west north of Africa, which is from the Berber. The Berber, which is now, they lived in Algeria and Morocco, in these countries. So Hamid al-Barbariya also, she was from that region. She was not from the Arabic Peninsula, which is the Arabia, the Medina and Mecca. And though even Imam al-Jawad, Imam al-Hadi, these great Imam, their mothers was also like these ladies, which is they were servant, then they make them free, and they got married with them, and then they have kids. Probably because many of the scholars speaking about why the Imams did that. There is no ladies, there is no free ladies in the Arabic families and the Arabic tribes, which is they were deserved to being the wives of the Imam. You know, if we study that period time of Imam Al-Sadiq, then until the Imam Al-Mahdi alayhi salam, we will see that period was many of the conflict between the cities in the Arabic region. For example, Kufa people, they were related to Imam Ali alayhi salam. They used to say, we are Alawi. Basra, the city of Basra, they were related to Uthman. Mostly the people of Basra, they love Uthman and they support the Uthmanis. They call them Uthmani. People of Mecca and Medina, they supporting Umar and Abu Bakr. They mention that in the history. Usually, they just, they were with supporting Umar and Abu Bakr. Sham, they were with Bani Umayyah. So probably this was the reason that the Imams, they would like to be free of this relationship between the Arab tribes, and that's why they chose lady, which is, they are not from these tribes, not from these Arab families. Probably for that reason. This is one of the things about Al-Imam Ali ibn Musa Al Reda alayhi salam. The second things, my dear brothers and sisters, many of the youngs now, they asking why Imam Al Reda accept the invitation of Ma'mun to be the successor of the Ma'mun. We know that Harun, who was the one who killed Imam Musa ibn Ja'far, the father of Imam Al Reda, the father of Ma'mun, who was the one put the Imam Musa ibn Ja'far 7 years in the jail, and then he poisoned the Imam and he killed the Imam Musa ibn Ja'far. So then why Imam Al Reda alayhi salam accept that invitation and being the successor of the Ma'mun? And the otherwise, Ma'mun was 22 years younger than the Imam Al Reda. Ma'mun was born in the 170. Imam Al Reda was born in 148, which is the difference between the Imam and Ma'mun. 22 years. Imam was older than Ma'mun. How Imam accept to be a successor of the Ma'mun? This is something probably anyone ask why Imam did that things. By the way, when someone study the history, study the period time of Amin and Ma'mun, he will realize they force Imam Al Reda to accept that position. They forcing Imam Al Reda. Not just forcing Imam Al Reda. There is a document, it shows Ma'mun threatened Imam Al Reda if he's not accepting that position, he will kill Imam Al Reda. He said, I will kill you if he refuses to be the successor of Ma'mun. And this is mentioned in the book of Ayun, Akhbar Al Reda, Shaykh Al Saduq, Radwanullahi alayhi, one of our scholars, one of our great scholars, he mentioned that. And he brought an evidence that a paper written by Ma'mun and sent that written to Medina, and he forced Imam Al Reda, if he's not accepting that position, he's going to kill the Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. That's why when Imam Al Reda left Medina, if you read the history, Imam Al Reda make a wida'. Wida', he make bye with his family, and he start crying, and he told them, you are not going to see me anymore. This is the last time you see me. And he knows that he will be killed in Khurasan. This is according to the history. That's why Imam never was happy for that position. But the opposite, he was very sad. And that day when he left Medina to Khurasan. If you read the history, you will find that the reason to make, these reasons make Ma'mun to invite Imam Al Reda to be a successor was many reasons. One of the reasons, my dear brothers and sisters, at the time of Amin and Ma'mun, it was more than 7 revolutions against Amin and Ma'mun, and all these revolutions was from the children of Imam Ali alayhi salam. They called them Alawiyin. Alawiyin, they did revolution. One of the very big revolution, it was from a person, his name Abu Saraya. Abu Saraya also, he was Alawi, and he was in Kufa, and he started revolution against Amin and Ma'mun both, and this is one of the revolution. Another revolution, it was in Basra by someone, his name Zaydun Nar. They call him Zaydun Nar. Also he's Alawi. He's from the progeny of Imam Ali. He started from Basra, another revolution against Amin and Ma'mun at that time. Also another revolution start in Mecca from someone, his name Mohammed, he was in Mecca also. He started another revolution against Ma'mun Ad-Dibaj, Muhammad Ad-Dibaj. They called him Muhammad Ad-Dibaj. Now you could look at the history. Also, he was at the same time. 7 revolutions. Someone in Yemen, someone in different areas. So Ma'mun, at that time, he said the best way to support him, to find a good support, to bring someone from the progeny of Imam Ali alayhi salam, which is related to these revolutions, the family, because they were family, to bring someone of them secure and also put him in that position to just stop these revolutions. And this is why he asked Imam Al Reda alayhi salam to do that. When he asked Imam Al Reda, he said, I will be the successor, Wali al-Ahad, but with many conditions. One of the conditions, I never appointed anyone in any position. I never take one from any position. In a very smart way, that a journey, which is that journey, it's still in the history. It has many impact on the cities and the believers in Iraq and in Iran, because Imam came from Medina to Basra, from Basra to Ahwaz, from Ahwaz Imam went to Khurasan, and he passed from the city of Nayshabur and then Khurasan, and it passed from 100 cities, not just one cities. And in each cities, Imam left a very good mark of his attendance. He had blessing. In many places, they saw miracles of the Imam alayhi salam in his way into Khurasan. Still, these miracles now, people visiting these cities, and they see how Imam Reda alayhi salam left miracles behind him in these cities. The other things, my dear brothers and sisters, between Ma'mun and Amin, it was a little war. It was not little war, a big war. So Ma'mun killed his older brother because his brother kicked him away from the family and said his son will be the successor. So the brother Ma'mun brought an army, a very strong army from Khurasan to Baghdad, and they killed Amin in Baghdad, and he became the Khalifa after his brother. By the way, Amin, his mother was Zubaydah. Zubaydah, she was Arab, regionally from Arab race. Ma'mun, his mother, her name Khayzaran, and she was from Persia. She was Persian. So it makes some differences between Amin and Ma'mun. Ma'mun was very smart, very smart. They mention at the history, he was very smarter than his brother, Amin. So when he became Khalifa and he killed his brother, he was in that situation to punish the people around of his brother, who was the Abbasis. Abbasis, which is from the family of Bani al-Abbas, related to Amin and Ma'mun, both. But they were supporting the Amin because his mother was Arab. So how he would like to punish them? He said, I am going to take the Khilafah, the leadership from the Bani al-Abbas, and give it to the Bani Ali, the children of Ali ibn Abi Talib. He made like a play. He made a little play of showing that punishing them and bringing Imam Al Reda for period time, and then he will take rid of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. So this was the second reason. The third reason, my dear brothers and sisters, Khurasan was the only region they were supporting Ahlul Bayt publicly, without any fear. They used to say, we are with the children of Ali ibn Abi Talib, and we are with Imam Hassan, Hussein, and Imam Zayn al-Abidin, and Imam al-Sadiq. And the first one, Abu Muslim al-Khurasani, the leader who make a revolution against Bani Umayyah in Khurasan, at the beginning he sent the letter to Imam al-Sadiq. He said, the people of Khurasan, they love you, they support you. Go come to Khurasan and you will be the leader. Which is Imam al-Sadiq refused. Imam al-Sadiq, he understand that this is not the time of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, and he refused that invitation. So the people of Khurasan, they were from before supporting the Alawis, the children of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi. That's why, because Ma'mun was from Khurasan and he would like to make them happy to bring Imam Al Reda to make him the successor. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, scholars also, they speaking about this issue. They said Ma'mun, he had that intention from the beginning to kill Imam and poison the Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida, or no, that happened later. Because some people, some historian in the book, they said probably at the beginning, Ma'mun, he doesn't have that intention. But the Shia scholar, the Shaykh al-Saduq, and still until now, the Shia, the one who studied the history, they said, no, there is many proofs that Ma'mun from the beginning, he had that plan to bring Imam Ali ibn Musa al-Rida for 1 year, 2 years, and then poison him, and he just make the revolutions calm, and that's it. This was his plan. And they mention many things. One of the things, the evidence of threatening Imam Al Reda to accept that position. Because Imam Al Reda, he refused. So if he love Imam Al Reda, if he like Imam Al Reda, why he threatening him of killing him if he refused that position? Second, in the time of Imam Al Reda, in these 2 years, when Imam Al Reda was the successor of Ma'mun in Khurasan, we see Ma'mun put Imam Al Reda in a situation of someone who would like to get rid of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. For example, in one day he brought all the scholars of the Muslims, the leader of the school of thoughts. He brought them and he asked them individually, everyone, to bring a very difficult questions and asking Imam Al Reda in front of the public. And he just make that, and he had the intention of embarrassing Imam Al Reda in front of the public. And look at, he would like to say, look at, we asked him and he couldn't answer. He was about that, he insists on each scholar and leader of the other school of thought to embarrassing Imam Al Reda. But he couldn't. because Imam Al Reda was, really he was the most knowledgeable person at that time. He went very far. He brought the leaders of different faiths, not Islam. He brought leaders of Jewish and Christianity, and also some atheists. Read at the history. He brought some atheist people just to bring them in front of the public, and they said, okay, ask the Ali ibn Musa al-Rida some questions. I'm just embarrassing him. And they couldn't. They mentioned he brought a Jewish leader, and he said, ask Imam Al Reda from the Bible. And Imam Al Reda starting reciting the Bible in front of the public, in front of the people. People, they were very amazing. They said, this leader, he's Shia Imam, he's memorizing the Bible and he reciting the Bible. This is what Imam Al Reda alayhi salam, according to Uyun Akhbar Al Reda. This is a very important book, my dear brothers and sisters, written by Shaykh Al Saduq. Shaykh Al Saduq, he died in the time of Imam Al Mahdi, the Ghayb Al Sughra, the Ghayb Al Sughra. He died in that time, which is this book. It means almost 100,000, 1,200 years old. This book of Uyun Akhbar Al Reda alayhi salam. He brought the news of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. My dear brothers and sisters, not that much time left. I have to conclude my lecture. Imam Al Reda also, he had in his life many influence, especially on the time at that time, and especially on Ma'mun, because Ma'mun himself was very smart. And that's why now, if you compare between Ma'mun and before him Amin and after him Mu'tasim, these two Khalifa before and after him different than Ma'mun. So almost even the Sunni historian, they said Ma'mun was Shia. They said because he was admit in front of Imam Al Reda, because Imam Al Reda anything said he accept, because he doesn't have that knowledge. So, and he understand Imam Al Reda knowledgeable than him. So he used to practice the Shia school of thought in front of the public. Still, even some historian, they said Ma'mun was Shia. And they said because a teacher, Harun, he brought a teacher to his kids, to Amin and Ma'mun. And that teacher was Shia. And that's the reason to make Ma'mun, he's showing that he loved Imam Ali more than Bani Umayyah, more than the Bani Umayyah and or other Khalifa, Abu Bakr and Umar. So that's why many of the historians, they believe that at the time of Ma'mun, he used to say that in the public, Ali ibn Abi Talib, better and afdal than Abu Bakr and Umar. And he used admit to say that. That's why the Sunnis, they believe Mutawakkil, who comes later after Mu'tasim, and after Mu'tasim he became Mutawakkil. Mutawakkil was like Wahhabis today. He changed all the rules of Ma'mun and Mu'tasim after Ma'mun. Because Mu'tasim also, he gave his daughter to, Imam Al-Jawad, he got married with the daughter of Ma'mun in the time of Mu'tasim, not in the life of Ma'mun. In the life of Mu'tasim, Imam Al-Jawad, the son of Imam Al Reda, he got married with the daughter of Al-Ma'mun. So when the Mutawakkil comes, he shows that to the public, the hate to Ali ibn Abi Talib and to children and progeny of Imam Ali alayhi salam. This is one of the things you have to understand about the history of Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. Another things, my dear brothers and sisters, one of the name of Imam Al Reda, Al Reda, Al Radi biqada illah. People in the Khurasan, they used to call him Al Reda min Ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. They said Al Muhammad, it's a very progeny, big family. But Al Reda min Ali Muhammad, the one who all satisfy with him, Ali ibn Musa Al Reda. That leader who all people agree about his leadership. So Al Reda, it means, my dear brothers and sisters, always to accept the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the reasons of being success in this life and also the success in the other life, in the akhirah insha'Allah, to accept the destiny of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To say, I am not complaining on Allah. Whether Allah make me man or woman, I accept. If Allah make me wealthy or poor, I accept. If Allah make me white, black, I accept. Whether, because these things, the choice of Allah, not the choice of us. These things, all Allah chose these things for us. That's why always accept what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make for you. If Allah gave you a good health, accept it. If Allah examining you with some diseases, some problems, also you have to accept the destiny of Allah. Don't complain on Allah. Don't say, why Allah made that plan for me? Why Allah chose for me? Because what we believe that the choice of Allah better than our choice. That's why every day after each prayer we say, Allahumma hdina min indik wa afid alayna min fadlik wanshur alayna min rahmatik. It means, Ilahi, I'm not able to make my destiny, to make my future. You make it for me. You make the plan for me. I am not able to do that. You choose. But it doesn't mean you are sitting at home and not doing good things. So we have to understand that, to accept the destiny of Allah with good things you have to do for yourself, for your family, for the job, for the good things you have to do in the society. So this is not against the destiny of Allah. If you go working and make business and make money, or going to the doctor and having a good health, this is not against that. No. Destiny of Allah, it means the things you don't have a choice in that things. The choice just in the hand of Allah. Because when you became a female or male, this is your choice, not your choice. The choice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why we cannot make complaint. If Allah make me live with a type of disease, there is no solution for that disease, I accept what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it for me. So it means الرضا بقضاء الله عز وجل. Inshallah, we all ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the opportunity of the following of Ahl al-Bayt alayhim as-salam, and especially Imam Ali ibn Musa Al Reda, and may Allah give us the opportunity of visiting Al-Imam Al Reda alayhi salam. There is Sheikh Abbas al-Qummi in Kitab Mafatih al-Jinan. He mentioned many of the hadith, many of the tradition that's encouraging people for visiting Imam Ali ibn Musa Al Reda in Khurasan. One of the hadith, it said, any of the believers who visit me, I will visit him later. After his death, I will visit him. So there is many hadith. Imam Al Reda, if you visit him, Imam Al Reda very loyal. Also, he will visit you one day when you need his intercession and his blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وتجاوز عنا إنك أنت أرحم الراحمين توفنا مسلمين وألحقنا بالصالحين. I would like to end my lecture with this little poem in Arabic. So one of the poets, his name Abu Nu'as, he's very, very famous in Arabic culture. He was a very famous person. He was in the time of Imam Al-Kadhim and Imam Ali ibn Musa Al Reda. When Ma'mun appointed Imam Ali ibn Musa Al Reda as a Khalifa, as a Wali al-Ahad, and many people, they came and congratulate Ma'mun and they congratulate Imam Al Reda, and they got some presents, some gifts from the Imam. One of the people who came later, he delayed his come, and later he comes, was Abu Nu'as. Abu Nu'as, by the way, Abu Nu'as always, he used to have poems about drink, about many things like this, which is haram things. But that guy, he was Shia. He was living in Baghdad. So he moved to Khurasan and he entered in the majlis where Ma'mun was sitting and Imam Ali ibn Musa Al Reda. And Ma'mun told him, why are you late? Why people, many poets, they comes here and they congratulate you. Why are you late? And he just start reciting these two little beautiful poems, and he apologized by saying, many people, they told me that you are very eloquent, but unfortunately my tongue, it's not able to speak about someone. Jibreel, the angels of Allah, Allah sent him as a servant for his father. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He said, قيل لي أنت أوحد الناس طرا في فنون من الكلام النبيه. قيل لي أنت أوحد الناس طرا في فنون من الكلام النبيه. لك من جوهر الكلام بديع يظهر الدر في يدي محتبيه. فعلام تركت مدح ابن موسى والخصال التي تجمعن فيه. قلت لا أهتدي لمدح إمام كان جبريل خادما لأبيه. اللهم صل محمد وآله. وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وآل محمد.